Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode, Monday's episode of the Daily Sip. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I know I've had a great time with been saying to Emma, who we're going to bring in a moment before the call. I've been busier than ever with all these like Zoom quizzes, and I've got my Zoom choir meet up, and yeah, it's just been actually a busy weekend, but still lots of rejuvenating, relaxing time in the garden and the sunshine. And so yeah, I've had a lovely weekend, and I hope you all have too. And so, as mentioned, we've got Emma on the show today. So I'm going to bring Emma in for you now. The
Hi.
power of the button. How you doing, Emma?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, fairly quiet really. I actually got myself a new MacBook this week because I've been playing with that a lot, learning how to use it and getting the accessibility features running on it. So yeah, I've been
Nice.
busy doing that all weekend.
Yeah, that's actually something. Yeah, maybe when we get you back on another time, we could have a chat about the sort of tech side of Apple and Windows and all the kind of accessibility features on your Mac, because I know there's
Yeah.
quite a lot to explore once you've obviously got your head into it a bit more. But I know there's a lot of good features, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've only been using Apple for about 2, 3 years now. I started out with an iPhone, actually probably about 4 years ago now, because I wasn't really sure what was available because of my visual impairment. I wasn't really sure, and then everyone kept saying use Apple, use Apple. It's really good. So I started out with
Yeah,
the iPhone, and then about 3 years ago I got my iPad, and I've been basically doing all my work on my iPad for the last sort of 2 and a bit years. But then
brilliant.
recently I thought, well, I've got a lot more work going on now. I needed a bit more storage and a bit more being able to use the mouse a bit more because I was getting a bit tired trying to do
Yeah,
everything on
bit more
touchscreen.
oomph.
So last
Yeah,
week I thought I'll just treat myself and buy myself a MacBook. So yeah, I've literally just got it
brilliant.
last week. So once I get it all set up
That's
and
great.
settled, I can use it for all my
Yeah.
work then.
Perfect. That sounds like a great weekend. So
Yeah.
in terms of, obviously we're going to talk today, well, so that's through the prism of volunteering at Disability Horizons, but really it's to get to know you, Emma. So I mean, it'd be great for the
Yeah.
people watching, like just give us a bit of background to you and some of the general things you do, and then after that we'll talk a bit about Horizons.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be a freelance journalist for a job at the moment. So I did a journalism degree in 2016 through DH. So I've picked from I think it was 2018. I kind of came on in a full-time role.
Sorry,
So I've been doing.
Emma, just start that bit again. We had a little bit of a
Oh,
little
sorry.
glitch. Just I heard about the journalism degree, but then no, it was my bad on the I pressed the wrong button on the
Okay.
deck. Just yeah, just give us a bit more from your journalism degree, yeah?
Yeah. So I started. Yeah. So I did my journalism degree in 2016. And then from there, I tried to get full-time employment within the media industry, but it became quite difficult because it's quite a competitive market, I think. And with sort of higher level companies like BBC and Channel 4, I did apply for a lot of them. I got to like the application stage, but then when I kind of got to sort of the next stage, normally it was either like a video interview or we had to film ourselves doing something or record ourselves doing something. I kind of didn't achieve that side of it. But because there's such big
Mm.
companies with a lot of applications, I couldn't get individual feedback on it. So after about a couple of years of keep trying, I did try for local jobs too, and I went to job interviews, but I was just still unfortunate to get sort of a full-time employment job. So it's only really sort of last summer I came to the decision that I'd rather go freelance because then I can
Mm.
work at my own, time. I can work from home. I can choose the jobs I want to do and things like that. So I'm in the very early stages now. And then while I'm doing all that as well, I'm doing my voluntary work at Disability Horizons because I originally joined them in 2012, kind of as like a
I can't
community
believe how long
ambassador kind
ago
of.
that is.
Yeah, it's I think August 2012. I think I joined.
Yeah.
So I started out then as a community writer, and then when I finished university, I kind of contacted Liz again and sort of said, "Is there any sort of more full-time positions going or more work I can do?" And that's kind of how I then led into doing interviews with people and now the news content I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And
And
here
then
I
you've been doing
am.
some freelance work for us as well, because
Yeah.
we've tried to go from the sort of magazine community without, we've had zero funding, and that's why we've needed amazing volunteers like yourself to help
Yeah.
keep the thing going and keep doing all the amazing stuff for disabled people online. And then the
Yeah.
last sort of really the last year, we've started to work out how we can help sort of businesses and organizations with what we do, and then that's creating a bit more budget, and a bit more opportunities, which I know you've had a couple of sort of paid bits as well, which is amazing that we've
Yeah.
sort of managed to move things to that direction. But just going back to what you started off saying, there's quite a few interesting things there. So it was sort of the difficulties of finding work, and I'd imagine journalism has been massively impacted by blogs and social media, because obviously
Yeah.
if you class that as journalism, which some might not, but it obviously that means there's a lot more supply, inverted commas, of people that are creating content online. I think that probably has shifted the dynamic of journalism, and obviously then you having a disability one way or another has different factors. But what I love about your attitude is that even while you've been trying to look for paid work and trying different things, you've always looked to give back and help others, but also upskill and learn new things for yourself. And I think for me, when I used to do volunteering when I was at uni and before I got my first job, volunteering doesn't have to be just this, oh, it's not for money. It can be a very enjoyable and a thing that helps you be more employable in the long run as well. But I'd love to just get your thoughts on that too.
Yeah, I mean, for me, in some ways, it's not always about the money. It's enjoying the job that you love, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it'd still be nice to be treated equally like the rest of society and be rewarded
Totally.
for what we do, though. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
catch-22, really. I still think we should deserve to be paid for what we do, but still enjoy what we do at the same time, though.
And I would see like a chronology. So I think when you're at uni, so when I studied at uni, I did loads of jobs voluntary. I didn't earn them, but it was something to do in summers and alongside my studies, because, like I mentioned before, it made my CV look much stronger and I had more experience and connections. So there's a place where I think volunteering is good whether you're disabled or not. But then, as you're saying more clearly now, and I agree, once you've got your degree and once you've got a level of experience, 100%, everyone should get paid for that. So, I mean, how's the freelance stuff been going the last year?
Well, it's kind of very early, really. I mean, I've just sort of started going onto job boards and things like that and setting up my profiles for them and things. So
Yeah,
it's difficult, I think. And I've been following a lot of sort of different journalism type pages on Twitter and getting their notifications. And they're telling me of companies that are looking for pictures and submissions and stuff. So I've made a list of all the ones that might be relevant to my niche, let's say, because my niches are sort of lifestyle, disability, and music. So I've tried to find niches that relate to what I do. And then from there, eventually I need to sort of start coming up with some ideas to pitch, then pitch those people and see what they say, really. Which is the other good reason why I'm doing
yeah.
this workshop this afternoon, to learn about how to pitch a bit more then.
Yeah, and that was my big, compliment to you, is that, while you're trying to figure all this stuff out, and that I think some people get lucky, they know what job they want to do and they go into it and it all easy, or they tweak what they're trying to do and suddenly hit upon a better formula. But there are lots of people that there are years of trial and error and a bit of a slog. I mean, and I think, like me in my mid-30s, gradually I've managed to join the dots of what I love, what I'm good at, and what I get paid for. But there's so many roller coaster moments in the meantime to, you know, to get there. But the fact that you keep investing in yourself and you're doing that course this afternoon, it all adds up and it all will help that you're sort
Yeah.
of, you know, things will just start to click. And it's a big thing is not giving up as well. I think that's a big other part is it's that patience and knowing that, you know, you and I, we're both still young, you know, there are people in their 40s, 60s that are still trying to work all this stuff out as well. But the fact that you keep upskilling is only going to help this work out quicker and sooner anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And
So,
then,
I mean, you've mentioned a bit about your blog. It'd be great to hear both
yeah.
about the blog and also some of a couple of examples with Horizons, just, you know, for the people that are watching that haven't come across you and what you get up to. Like,
Yeah.
what's an average day look like when you're blogging and volunteering?
So, I mean, at the moment, it kind of varied, but I've kind of sort of worked out a new sort of schedule. So I kind of blog about 4 times a month. So I do 2 Mondays a week and 2 Fridays a week. So Monday I do my blog's called Rock for Disability. So it's like music content and life and disability content. So the Mondays I do like music content. So it could be interviews with kind of new upcoming artists. It can be reviews on gigs I've been to. If I could review an album or a new song or things like that. So all different. And then Friday's content is sort of life and disabilities. It could just a random little thing just about me, what I've been up to, or could be specific about disability. So for me, it's like a lot of my stuff's about the difficulty trying to get carers because I've had a lot of problem getting carers over the past few years. And then it's a whole range of
Sounds
things about
familiar.
getting a job, getting a house, and then just sort of funnier
Yeah.
things. Like, I mean, my last recent blog post was just funny Facebook statuses that I've came across in my Facebook history. Just it's a bit of humor and entertainment as well for people to read. So it's all a nice
Yeah,
mixture of
that's
stuff
brilliant.
on there. But I've been
Yeah,
doing that for about 2.5 years now altogether. So again, it's trying to make a portfolio for myself to then pass on
yeah,
to maybe commissioning editors and employers and say, here's my writing, here's my work, this is what I can do. So it's a bit of fun, but also a good portfolio to use as well then.
yeah, no, totally. Well, if anyone watching this, you know, has work for freelance writers and you think Emma can help, then please get in touch with Emma because I can vouch for her. She's a very talented writer and very dedicated. As she said, she's been involved in Disability Horizon since 2012. So very, very loyal and very dedicated as well. Where can people find your blog and any other sort of
If you
where
just
are you
search
online?
Rock for Disability online, just rockfordisability.com. My Facebook group page is also Rock for Disability, and my Twitter is at P94Emma as well.
Brilliant. So yeah, encourage people to check Emma's work out, and a
Yeah.
big personal thank you as well, Emma, for all the amazing things you do on Disability Horizons. Like you've been helping me write an article for our campaign coming up around COVID-19 and care. So yeah, we all really value and appreciate your support, and I think the people watching are going to be very taken by all the great work that you do.
Yeah, thank you. It's I just love working here, and I think we're all a great team. We get on well together. I love our sort of chats that we have and all the ideas we come up with. And we learn so much from each other at the team as well. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. Now more than ever with all the goings on with the coronavirus, it's been great that we have our little Wednesday video chat just to kind of
Yeah,
hear how we're getting on and just be there for each other. It's really important.
yeah,
Cool. All right, Emma. Well, best head off. I know you've got a busy day. I've got a few calls to go, and everyone watching, I
yeah.
hope you've enjoyed the chat with Emma. And if you've got any other questions for Emma, get in touch with via the places that Emma shared before. And I will see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Daily Sib. So bye bye for now.
Bye, everyone.